There's an old saying out there that every hit dog hollers. Okay? So I guess that this comment that I left here, because I didn't go look. I don't go look. I don't go digging in the dumpsters. I didn't go look, but I'm over there at Truth's, Tracy's. It's hard for me to call her Truth, because I've always, we're just in the chat. And there goes Breaking the Silence again, and Ash274, who I've never done anything to, and who once made a video sticking up for me, if you go look at her videos. But I guess that this comment right here, I'm assuming, because I couldn't get Breaking the Silence to elaborate what she was talking about. She said that they took a comment that I made somewhere else that had nothing to do with them, and they were discussing it. I don't go watch them. I have no reason to go watch them. Why would I if I want to see screaming and hollering and fighting and the chair throwing, I'll turn on Jerry Springer. These are people I don't know. But I guess this comment right here struck some people, struck a chord in some people under YouTube Street Editor's video where it says, I am good for years to come. We have the evidence and continue to collect more, because I do. One LE, which is law enforcement, told myself and Nicole, just give them enough rope and they will hang themselves. Circumstantial evidence is evidence when compounded with the physical evidence. What that means is, I've gotten all these threats and all these accusations and people coming through by my house and making threats, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and I could do this and I could do that. Well, nothing's happened yet. Those are just words. Nothing's happened. The threat, the people saying this and that is circumstantial evidence. Now, if some physical evidence comes about, then it can be compounded and put with the circumstantial evidence to create a case. Patience is a virtue. The people involved in this are well known for ratting on each other and themselves. We've all seen it. We've all seen it here on YouTube. I keep my eyes on the back of I keep eyes on my back at all times and have eyes watching for the present and future of my family. Okay, just because I think things is calmed down, it's all smooth going, does not mean I'm not on guard. I am on code red up in here. You can believe that. These people have worked hard to assassinate my character based on rhetoric and fabrications. What I'm seeing now is worse than anything that I've ever done on here. Most people that know me and most of the people that remain friendly with me know that I've never done anything but defend myself. I never logged on to YouTube and said, I'm going to pick on this person, I'm going to pick on that person, I'm going to do that. I've never done that, and they all know it. I don't follow people I had in the past. I would follow people just because they didn't like someone else. I would go with that. And that's where my loyalty was wrong. My loyalty was in the wrong place. My loyalty is now going to be with who I think is correct, who I like to listen to, who I want to watch. And if you don't like that, then I don't, just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean I'm not going to like them people. And I'm guilty of that in the past. I shall fear no man or woman when I have God on my side. These people will not trump me. What is being done to Trump right now as our president, in my personal opinion, is that they are trying to assassinate his character. They're trying to make it look like he set this whole thing up at the Capitol building when we all know that Antifa was involved. We all know that. I mean, they are trying to make him look bad for the actions of someone else. Trump didn't tell anybody to go hurt anybody, but that's a different story. YouTube activity as well as other activity can be watched by LE without informing the account holders. Investigations can be ongoing and in-depth without the knowledge of those being surveilled. Inciting a riot with intent to harm and intimidating a witness is a crime. Manson wasn't on the scene either. Think on that. I'm assuming that this is the post that they took and decided they were going to talk about. The post that I put here was in response to YouTube Street Editor. I have no idea who this person is. I thought it was Laura at one point. But let me move this right here. Okay, you can see where she is speaking right here. These are facts that we all heard, all right? The content, I would assume it's female. The content in this video above doesn't surprise me, and I didn't make any comment about the content in the video. I made no comment about that. My comment was in response to YouTube Street Editor and this. Okay? And this. It doesn't surprise me, this kind of stuff here anymore. It doesn't surprise me that people just want to sit and berate someone else. And that doesn't surprise me. I have no comment on the video. my comment was on the description. Anybody with half a brain can see that. But I guess that they didn't like what I was saying, even though none of their names are mentioned in this. Every hit dog hollers. Every hit dog hollers. Okay? So, just to clarify quickly, and YouTube Street Editor got the idea that I was responding to her or him. I would assume it's female. I commend you for everything you've been drugged through, and you still came out with your head held high. I know you lost a few friends. Yeah, I didn't lose any of my friends. As a matter of fact, I've gained many more. I've gained a lot of friends because that I'm not backing down from my stance here. I decided that I did not want to be that type of person that they once liked. They liked it when I was on here screaming and hollering and cracking and fighting with people just like they do every day. They liked that because I was good at it. Well, that's not the person that I am. That's not the person that I was. And that's not the person I'm going to be. So I removed myself from that. And they're like, well, let's just chew him up and spit him out. That's exactly what happened. If one of them doesn't like you, they all don't like you. None of them can tell you what it is that I've done to them to be blocked from their chats. None of them. Not a one. Okay, and that's fine with me. I don't care if I'm blocked from their chats. I don't care. I'm still going to do me. And then I went on to comment here because I'm talking to Street Editor. I'm not mentioning anybody else's name but Street Editor. Trust me, if I was single and didn't have a family of innocent people to think on, I would be going hard. My weakness is my love for my family, and those who come at me can't win. So if you're not coming at me, then my comments here don't involve you. A simple little argument in a chat, I don't consider that coming at me. A simple little tit for tat in the chat and keeping it in this box right here, I don't consider that coming at me. But when you start trying to, start participating in calling my job, or driving by my house, or calling out my wife when she's not done anything to nobody, that's coming at me. If you haven't done that, then disregard it. If you have, then go ahead and grab a clip and put it up on your panel and start talking about it. Those that come at me can't win. And those that come at me and can't win go after those in my family who have nothing to do with it. I have humbled myself for the protection of my family that these demons come after. They can't beat me, so they go after what I love. These people make me sick to my core. And if someone's having an argument with me, right, and I'm arguing with you, and I'm getting at you really good with words, then you say, well, what about your wife? Well, what about your kids? Well, let's call CPS. Oh, what about your job? Oh yeah, what about your job? Let's do that. I'm coming at you, me and you personally. So since I have a family that I need to protect, and be sure that some idiot from YouTube who has a vendetta against me doesn't come after them for no reason, because they don't want to come after me. They can't lyrically sit up and argue with me. That's why when I jump on panel with certain people, they say, bye, Bryan, and leave immediately, because they know that their lies are not going to stand. Okay? So what I keep hearing is, well, people can change. People can do better. And I'm showing you that behavior. I've been showing you that behavior for months. I wouldn't care. You know what? It depends on who you are. It doesn't matter to me about what any of you think, because there was a time when I had more subs than all of you. There was a time when I was doing very well in the drama community. I've had mega panels. I had my time. I had my 15 minutes of fame on here for about a year. All the same people that are running to your panels were already on mine. Okay, so you can take, and that's not the person that I am. I have more to offer to this community. I have more to get out of YouTube than to sit and go, oh, she's got hairy armpits, and she's got a big forehead, and your kids, and there's more for me than that crap. I'm not that hateful of a person unless you come at me directly. So I want to do what's right. I want to do what's good. I want to get a satisfying experience when I leave from YouTube. I don't even go look at that crap anymore. But I might come over here to YouTube Street Editor. Okay, I might come over to some of the clip channels, just to be sure that, I do have friends here, and I'll be sure that they're not hemmed up in some kind of bull crap. But I don't go look at Hello Starlight's channel. I don't go look at Breaking the Silence channel. I don't go look at TNT's channel. I don't go look at Mandolin's channel. I just don't. Why would I want to go there for? Because all they're doing is arguing with some other person about something. If it's not me, it's someone else. And I don't want to see that. It's not for me. It isn't. They can do that all they want. Even when I'm not going there and I'm not saying anything to people, all the things that they've accused me of, they still talk about me. They still want to talk about me. They're trying to get me to respond in a negative way so they can say, oh, there's that Bryan. They want to come at my Christianity. They want to come at everything. They want to make jokes about my home. They want to make jokes about my job. That's fine and dandy because ain't none of us here in the Hamptons. Ain't none of us here going to Harvard. Ain't none of us here any better than the other. Okay? Now, I did catch one of my old friends sitting there chumming it up with TNT about when she drove past my house. If she comes by here again, I will put a brick through her windshield. Be sure you honk next time you come through here. Be sure you honk. Be sure I'm home. Because I will come out there and put a brick through your windshield. You have no reason to be in front of my house. None. And you can save that thing about I drove by your house. Because I've still got the video. Okay? I've still got the video. And you know damn well, and me and you know, because you can sell this crap to everybody else that you want to. Me and you know that you told me where I live, where you live. You know that you were talking to me and Nicole on a regular basis as friends. You know that you were friends on my Facebook. You know that I was always rode that area because we were talking about it. That's how I knew where you lived, because you told me. You told me exactly where you live. Had you been sitting out that day, then I was just casually riding my bike on a weekend, to get myself some exercise, because it's very therapeutic. To get myself some. Had you been sitting outside, I would have been able to walk right up to you and say, hey, what's up, and smoke one with you. And you know this. Me and you know this. So you can sell whatever you want to everybody else. I didn't come by your house with malicious intent. I thought you were a friend of mine. Remember yourself crying? I know that you and Luke. I know Luke's innocent. I feel so bad for you and your family. I put that video up already. I'm not doing it again. If they didn't catch it, then that's on them. You pretended to be our friends. You told us that you worked with disabled people. You tried to get into Nicole's brain because there was a murder trial going on, and you were actually friendly with the other family. You were trying to get information for them. Okay? That's why. I didn't know that you were. I didn't know any of that. We didn't know that. We didn't know that until you told on yourself in a Facebook group. But when I came by your house, I'll put the entire video up. When I came by your house, I was already out riding. I keep a GoPro on my bike. I put hundreds of videos out where I was riding. I posted it clearly on my Facebook. I made no threats. I said, oh, there's Twish's house. Oh, there's Trish's. And that car turned, and that car ran a stop sign and turned in front of me. And I said, oh, look at that car right there. And I read off its tags, not yours. You told everybody that I was reading off your tags. Okay? You also told people that you tried to get Hello Starlight to call the cops on Ben. Come on, you tried to fake swap Ben's house. You said your husband was going over there to put a gun on Ben. Why would your husband come to put a gun on Ben when me and you argue constantly and I haven't heard from your husband once? I've heard from other men on your behalf, but not from your husband. What is he, a chump? That's all I wanted to know. But this right here, this comment was in regards to this. So if there's some other people on that panel over there that shared this, that feel guilty, that's on them. That's on them, because every hit dog hollers. And, I know who people are. There's some of them I would never be friends with again. Because if it's not in here, and if it's not right through here, this is what I read in every single day. And this keeps me from being like you. God bless you all. I forgive every each and one of you. I sure do. I don't have to like it, but I can forgive you and move on. Why don't you try that?